Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this video I'm going to be talking about how to potentially get your United self-starting electric clock working. This one is a animated Ballerina clock which also has a music box. So this clock I purchased about a year ago, and I got it off eBay in non-working condition. Originally, the clock would not start, and the Ballerina music portion of it did not work either. So these clocks are really pretty simple, and they simply have a motor that is continuously running, and they just have a electromagnetic coil on the inside that keeps them going. In this video, here I'll show you quick. You simply remove the back two nuts. And it would usually be wise to unplug it prior to servicing, but I'm going to show you what the motor actually looks like. So here you can see is the motor for the clock. And again, this has been cleaned. Normally these clocks are pretty straightforward to get working, and since they are self-starting, the motor should be free spinning and be able to start up once it's plugged in. And to do that, I recommend using 3-in-1 silicone oil. This stuff works really well, and you just spray it in there and it will help get all of the mechanical portions of the clock working. Also, another thing to note, since it has the electromagnetic coils, I usually try and avoid spraying it directly onto the wires on the inside of the motor unit, and just try and apply the oil to the outer gears. Then, as far as the Ballerina clock, the Ballerina portion of it, I'm going to turn it off quick. So you have the flathead screws there on the bottom, and let me just get my screwdriver quick. So you just remove these screws, and it's, like I said, it's been a while since I did this. You'll also need to remove the Ballerina before you actually pull out the motor unit. And my clock is in less than decent condition because the gearing that is needed to actually set the time is broken, and the music box that you'll see in a second is also in less than good condition. So I'll get to the Ballerina in the last portion of the video. Because a lot of issues with it not moving correctly is actually just tied to the figure itself and not the mechanics underneath. So as you can see, you'll need to unscrew the plate that the Ballerina dances on and this shaft holding piece. Then the motor unit drops out. And I recommend, if you're doing heavy servicing, to remove the wood back plate and the nails on the back of the unit. So I'm gonna power it on again. You can see the clock started up. So this part has the same type of motor, and it is not self-starting though, because it actually has a shaft on the back that you would turn to give it a quick boost, and then once it has momentum, it'll keep itself going. So to engage the unit, you do the push key on the back, and the light turns on as well. And now you can see the music box is playing. It did self-start this time since the Ballerina is not on it. Once the figure is on top, it will have more issue. And as you can see, the shaft on the back just spins the entire time that it's powered. So if your song, I'm just gonna turn it off because it's distracting. If the song is not playing correctly, the way they put these units in, they're prone to breaking. As you can see, a lot of the notes on mine are actually snapped. And that's because of the way it's just attached in here. It's not very flexible. And so if it shifts over time, it will just snap them off. And also these get very rusty. And then the actual Ballerina dancing part, it simply has this plate that moves up and down with a gear on the back that will just push it up. And so that's how it dances, is it just pushes that up and down. I'll explain how it actually spins once it's put back together here in a second. So hopefully that will cover how to fix the motor unit. Actually, here just a second. Also, another thing to note is you can unscrew these two screws and adjust the music box piece here, and that will get it to play better. And you'll just want to tweak it while it's playing so you can hear what sounds best. And again, just use 3-in-1 oil to get the mechanical portion of it working. And so mine is missing screws, is rusted, it's pretty bad shape, but still gives you a good idea. And I think that this clock is probably one of the worst condition ones you'll find, unless you left one out in the rain or something. Most of them are in much better shape than this one. I apologize for my lack of editing, because I simply wanted to post this video before I sell this clock on eBay, so just trying to get it done as quickly as possible. Just skip to later on in the video, I guess, if you don't want to watch me putting it back together. Also, this clock is missing feet I put on felt backers just to prevent it from scraping on these screws. But normally it would have small wooden pegs here. So there you can see the bottom is screwed back on. And then I'm not really sure why they assembled this clock the way they did in some areas. So there we have the unit put back in, and it's still all functioning correctly. And so as far as the Ballerina goes, so as you can see, the way the legs are made, they're suspended on these hooks, and by bending the hook slightly lower or raising them will affect how she spins. So you just put the figure inside and make sure the legs are straight down. And then turn it on. And so the reason why it actually spins is when it touches down, when the legs of the ballerina touch down onto this platform, it will cause a reaction for it to actually spin. Instead of stay straight up and down, it'll spin slightly. Because I notice a lot of videos I've seen of these clocks running, the ballerina stops spinning, and that's actually a very simple fix by just adjusting the way the legs are. It also helps to have it on a more level surface. So thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions or comments about this clock or other United self-starting clocks, just let me know and I'll try to answer any questions you might have. Thanks for watching, and be sure to check out the other videos on my channel.